Slightly warmed up feeling now.
Is this off now or on, or am I going to die still, or are we alright?
So, Danny,
Hey!
me okay. How did you get started on drums then?
Well, I just pestered my mum and dad for a drum kit, as probably we all did. They gave in when I was about 11, 12, I got a kit for Christmas. But I've been playing on biscuit tins and pots and pans and everything. Just drove them mad till they did get us a kit. I'm lucky because like my dad's into music. There's like records all over the house and he's got his old jukebox there and everything. So there's always music in the house. So yeah, like 11, 12 I started and pretty much got into bands with kids at school. We started doing little gigs, at like Christmas concerts at school when we were like 12, 13, growing up. And then started getting into playing in pubs, and that's when what fun began really.
When I met you, way back, it's nearly 20 years ago now, when we started playing together. When I met you, you'd already landed some good gigs by then. Who was it you were playing? Was it Tommy Martin you were playing with?
Yeah, well, just before that, I think when I was about 17, 18 years old, I got to play with a guy who was like the last guitarist to play with Phil Lynott, a bloke called Steve Johnson, who was a really talented guy. He was a singer-guitarist. Oh shit, that's it. Really, really good. He was very much a taskmaster. I've never played with anybody like this. I played with kids who were very talented, but this bloke knew what he was doing. He'd had some breaks, and his brother was in a band called Saxon that were, from the 70s and 80s sort of thing. So they'd had a bit of fame, if you like. Their name was out there. So to play with guys like that, it was a huge learning curve. And from that, I went and joined a band called Bailey's Comet, which was only a short-lived thing. and that was two guys that used to work for, well, they started as like music journalists on in Kerrang and Metal Hammer and things like that, called the Bailey Brothers, and they were rock DJs, and then they landed a job at MTV in the 80s. And has anybody seen the film Wayne's World? Yeah. Wayne's World's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit like based on Des and Mick, because they were mental.
I've met them.
Yeah, yeah, you haven't you?
Yeah, had a few sherbets.
And yeah, they did this program on MTV, and they got to it was like prime time MTV thing where they'd interview Kiss and Alice Cooper and Van Halen and all these huge bands at that time. And then obviously things changed and grunge came in and their job went, and this sort of went back from America back to Sheffield. That's where I'm originally from. And they'd always wanted to put a band together, and they did. They put this band together, and the original lineup lasted like 2 minutes. They recorded an album, and same old story. They all fell out, and And then I got a call to join, and I was a little bit like, don't really sound promising, a band that's just split up and they've got half the members missing. And I turned it down originally, and then I found out a guy called Tony Martin, who, I don't know if you're familiar with that name, he was in Black Sabbath for, they booted him out once to get Ronnie James Dio back and then got him back in, so in all he was in about 8 years or something.
Headless Cross and stuff.
10 years. Yeah, Headless Cross album.
Tear,
yeah, he'd done Eternal. I think he did about 5 albums with Sabbath, and I was a big fan of his when I was growing up. So when I found out he was in the band, I was like, shit, I should have done this. Anyway, they played at Trillions, and I had a chat with them, and they actually called me the next day and said, do you want the job? And I did. Only ever happened, did 2 gigs with them. We went same story, just fell apart again. So the band were destined to not go nowhere really. But we played a festival over here, and then we went to Belgium. But on the way to Belgium, Tony asked us, and he says, I've got plans to do my own solo band, and I'd like you to be the drummer. And I was like, wow, that's great. He says, but I've got quite a few commitments recording for other people over the next few years, so I'll let you know. So as time goes on, I'm thinking, is he going to ring, and then he did, and he put his solo band together with me, an Italian guitarist, and the band was from all over the place, and it was great. We had a few, and Jamie Mallender, from Sheffield, my mate, on bass. We had a great few years touring, going all over Europe and Russia and South America and stuff like that.
Did some big gigs, didn't you?
Yeah, we did some mad stuff as well. A lot of festivals. I think the like sort of, if you like, touring gigs we did under Tony's name could be a little bit hit and missy sometimes. Some territories knew him and the kids had flocked to it. It was great. The ones where it wasn't, it was like, a few people there. You had to dig deep and go on stage and do it. It's all about that, performing in front of 2 people or 20,000. You've just got to give it your all, and that's what we did with that band. And then sort of from that, playing with him, I got an email one day inviting me to go and audition for a band from up here called Venom, which are a band they've been together now for 40 years. It's called black metal. That's one of the albums was called black metal.
Created a genre, really.
Yeah, they created a genre back then. They didn't realise what they were doing, creating a genre, but they were just young and enthusiastic. They brought these albums out, and they went down a bomb in certain territories. And I've just been to. And I got the gig. I got this email. I went down and auditioned for them, and luckily I got the gig. And that's been 10 years now. 2009.
10 years?
Yeah.
Jeez, I remember you got it.
Yeah, so 10 years ago, we rehearsed with them, and then we went to Mexico and did a tour with about 5 different, with Mexico, Colombia, Chile, Argentina and Brazil was my first sort of gigs with them, like insight into that band. And it was great, very nerve-wracking the first gig.
Because you played hundreds of thousands in some of them, didn't you?
Some of the gigs, yeah, we've done. I mean, that tour was great. It was like in sort of academy and city hall style sized venues. But Yeah, the festivals we've done, the kind of, the only one over here we've done is Bloodstock, which is a heavy
Metal
festival.
fairs.
Yeah, we did that a few years ago. But we tend to do the stuff on the continent, like Micky does with Tigers. We've done stuff in Spain, Italy, France, all over Scandinavia, Russia, Eastern Europe. I've just come back from Canada a few days ago. I was playing there on Saturday night in a place called near Montreal, which is right on the sort of east coast of, or east side anyway, of
The French.
Canada, where it's all French, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was good. That was like more of a punk festival, but that was good. The next one we've got over in Spain, Barcelona, which is sort of the Spanish version of Download, if you like. We've got like ZZ Top and White Snake, and a lot of the bands we've just done Download. So yeah, I get to do. I'm very, very fortunate. I get to do these bigger sort of gigs like that. Travel.
I mean, obviously Danny's career really took off after he met me.
He did.
That's the high point he's going to mention later.
Yeah. Get into that.
We all laugh.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my kind of story in playing. How I started as a kid in Sheffield, and then I played in pubs, and I still do. I still play in pubs and clubs as well. I'm always playing.
Yeah.
And then I get off and go and play with Venom. The Venom gigs we do are probably at most about 15, 20 a year. So there's not loads. So I keep my hand in other things as well, playing. And that's the thing. Any advice really with that? You're not putting all your eggs in one basket, and play as much as you can with people.
Getting yourself out there.
Just get yourself out there, yeah.
People don't know about it if you don't hear about it.
That's it. Yeah, that's how I've got my sort of breaks, is through people hearing me playing.
After you met me, it all went really well for you.
Without it, I were nobody to
rub that in a bit.
so,
It's off feet downhill for him actually since he
few days in the road. Anyone got any questions about the way Danny plays? Because Danny's a very visual player. Yeah.
I don't know, but like if I'm playing, the thing I've always struggled with, getting my performing. How do you get your characteristic? How do you get your whole thing going on? That makes no sense. But I don't know. What makes you the performer you are?
But I guess my main influence growing up, and he still is a guy called Bobby Arechiga, an American chap who they moved to Sheffield in 1987, so I'd have been about 12 then, 11, 12, a band called Strong Art. And I remember me and my dad went to see him, must have been about 100 times. They used to play all the time. And they started off doing covers and a bit of their own, and then their own stuff overtook the covers, and they got a deal with AC/DC's management in Australia. But going back to that, he was a very visual player, Bobby. These Spanish sticks and stuff, and I was just like, wow, who's this bloke? All the drummers I'd ever seen before were just kind of tippy tapping, they're good players, but this guy was just unreal. It was like amazing, very visual. So I was very much taken by what he was doing, and I think just over the years I've just sort of developed a way of throwing my sticks about a little bit, dropping them as I did before, and
It's always been a
I've got to have sticks all over, especially now I'm getting older with my hands and all that. But yeah, I have them in my arse pockets and the side of me just because. But yeah, I don't know. I would say that certainly in the past sort of 10, 15 years, I've been spinning my sticks and doing that a lot more.
I think it's a feature you always had, but like you say, it's a thing that you build into your show as the years go on.
Yeah.
You get your thing on and you develop it, don't you?
That's it. Yeah.
You and I are both kind of, because we've played together a lot, we had a whole visual thing going on.
Mm-hmm. It's a thing when you go and see a band and they're enjoying it and they're into it. You don't have to be throwing everything all over. Just really going for it. It comes across and they mean it. When you see somebody just shoegazing and just playing it, that's, to me, I don't like that. It's boring to watch. And also you never when somebody goes to see a band, I've just said it there, but you know, the next day telling the mates, I went to see a band last night. So you saw them, you know, you were listening to them, but it's a show, it's entertainment, you know. So you got to put a bit of something in it, you know. Otherwise, for me anyway, you know, who you are as a person comes out as how you play.
And it's not just rock and roll. I mean, that's what you're known for. That's your thing. You're really good at it. That's why you're here and you're successful. I think it's true for every kind of genre. You know, you know, I was deaf in my band at the weekend. It was kind of soul funk stuff. Still put the show on. It's a different kind of show.
Yeah.
The show for the gig.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk. Saying that, there's some great YouTube videos of guys, the wrong drummer, wrong gig stuff going on. They look brilliant. No, in a certain place, yes.
Did you start off wanting to play drums, or you
Yeah.
know, did you always want to be a drummer,
Yeah.
or can you play others, or is that your thing?
Always wanted to be, yeah. Well, as a little kid, just used to watch telly, and anything on telly that came on with bands, it was just like watching the drummer. And I got a pair of sticks eventually, but it was just, you know.
It's a bit niche for a band, because it's normally the one who sits at the back.
Yeah,
Who makes
exactly.
the most noise.
Yeah, yeah. And I've always been like, you know, it's always been the drummers and the drum kit that always like, well, wow, that's what I want to do, that's what I want to do. And yeah, it's like you say, drummers are known to just be at the back, just you know, you keep time, you just.
They know when you're there for sure.
Yeah, you gotta give it some.
You don't miss you when you're on stage, do you?
Yeah, it's.
Why don't we play a little more?
Yeah.
And then we can have some questions about it. Because Danny's got a lot of, Dan, you know, he does the show thing, but his technique's really good too. He's a wall of solidness, which is the thing you got to look at. It's a big noise, but it's very well put together, Danny's thing. So you can ask questions afterwards. Eh? A lot of jam on craft, innit? I could do the interview thing, don't you reckon?
Yeah, you'd be a
I
natural,
feel quite
Steve.
natural at it.
Yeah. Have you ever played drums, Steve? Or is your thing has always been guitar?
My thing was always interesting. It seems like a thing I kind of wanted to play bass, but there's a story behind that. It's a quick one. My sister got piano lessons when I was a kid, and I was younger than her, so the piano parents were reasonably posh, really. I wouldn't think it, but they were. And so I kind of went in the living room. There's the notes at the bottom that fascinated me.
The bass.
Big noises, these things at the top are like like you guitarists make those wee noises, don't you? Bass goes boom. So piano was doing this big thing. So, and I must have got it in my head, because I always wanted to play bass.
Yeah.
That was the thing I always drew me. So I think that was the thing when I thought back, you know. Something that triggered you in your life.
I started as a drummer.
Really?
I was, excuse the French, I was shit. So, there's too many things to do this with the hands, this with the feet on it. Play guitar.
It's hard as well when you know, growing up when you get a drum kit, 'cause it's like, yes, I just start whacking away, but then there's everybody else in the street and house, you know, in your house and next door, it's like, shut up, and so,
Yeah.
it's difficult for us drummers, isn't it, to,
Electric kits now, I suppose.
but electric
Back
kits,
in the day.
Do you supposed to think it's on your brother?
they're great for practicing, but, you know, I've got my own thing about them. But yeah, for practicing, certainly they're amazing. I wish I'd have had something like that. And also, like, learning. We had to rewind tapes and records to learn stuff. I mean, today kids have got everything in their pocket on their phone, YouTube, and to learn all these videos. I mean, a tuition video, they were 50 quid, even in the 80s.
Man, it wasn't, you
So
know,
kids couldn't buy them.
you had to get them in from the States or something,
Yeah.
you know, they cost a fortune, you know. It's like you say, needle on a record, backwards.
Yeah, just to learn that.
Right or
drum
wrong,
fill,
you
that
learn
guitar.
it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's why we do around think that,
It is like, yeah.
Shall we do the
Key?
E?
E?
Why do you just did E? Should we do another key? No, E's cool. It's got a certain amount of height.
Type thing, or?
You know the... Based on a well-known Billy Cobham tune. That I can't remember the name of, but that's what it was based on. Yeah.
It certainly wasn't
Very
a feel
fella.
for it.
We'll call that Sphere of Stratus.
Yeah.
Bit of a playing words there. Don't know if you got that. Stratosphere. Yeah, just checking. You're allowed to smile.
That was shatters.
That was really decent intervals there. Some of the sailors, I thought, all the flattened ones and the sharpened ones. So that's Danny doing his thing. It's a great thing to play off for likes of Micky and I. It makes life so easy for us. Danny gives so much of a platform for you to play off.
Yeah.
And in terms of dynamics, my experience, and then Danny can talk, is I've played with a lot of really cool drummers over the years. I've been really lucky. Danny's wall is like no other wall, because when you're always looking for that extra gear, he's always there looking right back at you. There's not many drummers that can do that.
Yeah.
The hang of the gears, is there? Danny does
that's-
that great.
That's literally the first time me and Danny played together as well.
Played together,
So it's like,
I'd like to think
Like-
of my knitting and weaving that helped
Yeah.
you out there, guys. But,
I mean, yeah, I mean that's the thing. We walked in maybe 20 minutes, half an hour before this. Quickly just went, right, what we're gonna do? Figured a couple of things out, and to be honest, I'm pretty particular about drummers, and it's like that was easy for me to play off of. You know, it's like, and that's probably the I find is the most crucial part of the band is the drummer. If your drummer's kind of falling apart, you know about it. You know, because you're as a guitar player, you're sitting on top of that and you need something to feed off of. And
Where the like engine room of the drums and bass.
Absolutely.
It makes everybody's life easy when
Yeah.
everybody, you know, is good and knows where, you know.
I like hearing you through a microphone.
Yes.
I like it, yeah. I like microphones.
But where everybody's doing the thing, and when you just hear everybody showing up, I mean, that was a bit going off on a tangent. It was great because we were just jamming there. It's brilliant. But when you're playing in a band situation, there's a singer, a guitarist, a keyboard player, whatever, whether it's a trio, 4-piece, 5-piece, 6-piece, when it all gels, there's nothing like it. And that's why the Eagles sound like the Eagles, Led Zeppelin sound like them, you know, Pink Floyd, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, whatever. Once you hear them, you know it's them, you know. It's like when people try and put bands together, thinking like this mega guitarist, sometimes it doesn't always work. It's like a football team when you have these millions and millions of pounds worth of players and they can't win, you know, they don't beat the lesser team. It's just something, it's a chemistry that those people have, that's what makes them.
I think it's a thing you and I do. You and I have played in a few bands over the years, and anyone we joined have done it. We give them that set racket that seems to make it do all right, don't we?
Yeah.
So it's about that communication. You know, when playing rock, I like loud, powerful drummers. Yeah, it's just this guy here, isn't it? You know. So, what do you want to ask him about his technique and stuff like that? Because it's on it, man.
When I watch you play, you remind me of Tommy Aldridge.
Yeah.
Is he an influence on you?
Yeah, definitely.
The visual thing.
Yeah, Tommy. The guy I was talking about, Bobby, is he had one bass drum. It was this huge 26-inch bass drum with like 3 toms up here. His cymbals were all really high, and it was like wow. And then started listening to other bands, and Tommy Aldridge was another one.
His
Two
name
bass
Motorhead
drums
as well.
Yeah, he might have Motorhead.
Because you play quite like him, I think.
He's good. He's very good. To be honest, I never really saw or heard much of his stuff till like later on.
Play like.
He's in the Scorpions now. Micky D.
Micky D, great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
There's similarities, isn't there?
He's a very like. Yeah, he's a great player, Micky D. But yeah, certainly Tommy Aldridge was a big influence. He played in all them bands. He'd been Ozzy Osbourne, White Snake, and he's played for Ted Nugent and Thin Lizzy, later, like in the 90s and 2000s. But yeah, certainly he was an influence on the way he hits. He really.
It reminds us when I see you, I see Tommy Aldridge there as well.
Yeah.
Similar sort of hit us, I think.
And Cozy Powell as well.
Louder and louder.
Louder, Just really hard.
Yeah, Cozy Powell was quite an influence as well growing up because he was a real like, you know.
He was great.
His drumsticks were like baseball bats though, weren't they?
Yeah.
Danny often plays with the thick end, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do with my snare drum, I always build it, but
Yeah. I do sometimes. But the other end, that drives everybody mad because it's mentally loud. But
Loudest
it saves on sticks. Why do they make them so thin now? I just don't get it. But never mind.
What they should just make symbols with a volume button and then it'd be alright, wouldn't
Yeah,
it? You know,
symbols
the
what
bell on
gets
the
it.
ride, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, put that ding down the ears.
Yeah.
So technique, what else? Because there's quite a lot to talk about, I think, technique-wise.
I've got a question. It's kind of aimed at all of you, really. What do you use practice when you don't know what to practice? And like, do you have any good ways of staying motivated?
It's a good one, that. It's very. When you were young, when I was younger,
You still young.
time was great because I had a lot more time, and you want to really. Any advice on practice and get as much as you can, as much practice. Yeah, you sometimes like you see, what do you practice when there's nothing to practice? Nowadays you've got YouTube, like I say, just look up stuff that you're not even into, even samba, whatever the style, and try and pick something else up. Because they're all like feathers to your bow, if you like. You never know when you might need a bit of that.
Everyone kind of arrives at that thing. Everyone's got their own thing that makes them tick. What Micky practices, what Danny practices,
Yeah,
what I practice are all completely tangent opposites in many ways.
yeah.
Other than maybe Micky and I are both heavily into theory. We both know our shit that way. Well, I do. No, I'm kidding. Joking, dude.
I hope I know that teacher theory class.
This geezer called John Robbie Coltrane, is it? A comedian that plays saxophone?
Yeah. But yeah, just open your mind to different styles of music. I mean, I wish I had done that years ago. Then later on down the line, you have kids and stuff like that, and so I said things get in the way. But you know, but you know, your time's limited. Put it that
And
way.
drugs, they get everywhere. don't they?
Time's limited because you know your time gets things you've got to do. But you know, if you do have time, practice as much as you can. Listen to as much music as you can. Go and see bands. Go and see people. It's what's the, you know, it gives you the inspiration. It still does. You know, and you never stop learning. You'll see someone and be like, "Who's this?" You know, amazing. Just go and see as many bands and live music as possible.
I've got a question about your technique because I remember it happening. You used to be a single kick guy for a long time.
Yeah.
And you got the Venom gig, and I remember rehearsing with you and you working on that. But you got it together really quick, and your feet are really good. How did was it live or through practice? Was it with playing with other people that got you that together, or did you sit on your own a lot?
I sat on my own a little bit with that because I did a little limited bit of double bass drumming, and then I mean even now I don't profess I'm not great at it. You hear people who are just like mind
They do the
mind blowing.
shit and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. A pal of mine plays in a lot of really extreme metal bands, and to watch him play, it's just like a machine.
You're more like the cozy.
He's incredible, but yeah, the double bass thing, I sort of, I got the audition with Venom, and I actually said, look, I'm not a thrash metal drummer, I'm not like this, but I'll give it a go, you know, and they threw a few songs at us to learn, one being like a more heavier, faster thing, and I give it me all, but I really practiced for like a week, and it was I wasn't happy like going in there like really confident, but I'd give it a go, and I got the gig in, I think it was like April, May, and the first gig was in December, so I had all them months to really knuckle down and practice what I had to practice, and yeah, it came off, but like I say, I don't profess to be a million miles an hour, I just do what
But like I was saying, it's more along the cozy pile lines.
Yeah, yeah.
That's solid, but you know,
yeah,
because
Cozy
was
Powell
one of the
and
first
Tommy
guys.
Aldridge
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of thing, you know,
That's
it's
it.
you know, you can hear what they're doing and it's like really powerful. It's they're the backbone of the band.
There is that other way of doing it, but it's the real technical approach. But you like, and these guys, the guys everyone aspires to it was through the organic process and it was
Yeah.
all worked live.
Yeah.
You know, like the guys you're talking about, there's this crazy technique now.
There's
It's metronome.
It's
and sitting
unbelievable.
there,
Yeah,
it's
they'll
different.
play with. I was watching it, but you could not. I was stood behind this guy. He's called Nick Barker. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's amazing. Really big guy, huge, and he plays with these sticks that are dead thin, and his pedals. He got me into these pedals. These I can't even pronounce what they are. Charchi Capoto. They're like a Polish brand, and he says, get some of these. They're amazing.
He made them for you, didn't he?
And yeah, it's a guy. He's got a company in Poland that makes them, and I think Kyle's Hughes got a pair, and you were asking me about these.
He's got Danny Needham written on his pedals as well. Like.
Bless him. Yeah, but the great pedals. So you know, they're really well made.
Is that on video?
And Kyle, does he still come here?
He's just finished. He's just done his BA. He's just got his BA, man. He's done well.
Nice one. Yeah, he's done well, hasn't he? He's done
He's done
marvellous.
great.
Yeah, excellent. So the double bass thing came from joining Venom. It's one of them things you go and do these festivals that we play, and it can be, it could be quite daunting. What you've got to do is just think, you are you. That's the way you play. And you're going to go on next and fucking be, pardon my French, and be you, right? Couple of years ago, we were playing with Twisted Sister in Norway, and they were playing. It was like a big field. Our stage was there, and there was a stage there. So when one band finishes, you know, the next band starts on this one. So the crowd just have to turn round. And they were playing, and they'd just lost their drummer, AJ Perro, I think his name was. He died like the year before, and so they played about 3 songs. And I thought, as I'm setting the stuff up for us to go on, I thought, this drummer's a bit warm. He's fucking amazing. Who's this? He wasn't like really showing off, but just at the end of songs, he was doing some fills, and you're like, oh, he's a bit tasty. And the singer said, you know, they made a big thing. The backdrop was all about the drummer that died, our fallen angel, AJ Perro, you know, and they all said, everybody, huge round of applause. But tonight we've got his friend Mike Portnoy's on. He's playing. I'm like thinking, I've got to play after him. He's amazing. But yeah, you've just got to like go on and just be you, you know. Say we played just after Judas Priest a couple of years ago, and he was like a bit of a influence on me, like
Painkiller, man, what a track.
stuff like that. But you just got to go on and be you. People there enjoy what you do, and that's the thing. You know, as long as you enjoy it and people are there watching, that's what it's all about, enjoying.
It takes a lot to build that confidence. So
It
did
does.
you have that straight away? Were you like me, never gave a shit?
Kind of. It's the the worry and uncertainty before you do it, and then once you're up there playing, it's like great. You know.
Yeah, the experience probably helps with that. But for me, I was kind of, I didn't give a shit stuff. I just felt all right there anyway. Did you feel it?
Yeah.
You all seem pretty chill out when we go on stage. You have a chin wag and then just
Yeah, you just go and do it, don't you? I think it's just years doing it, experience.
I was like that when I started.
Yeah.
You get worked up when I was younger. Now your pulse rate doesn't work. You just go on and do it because you know you can. So I used to get excited about it, but I was never worried about it. Were you? Because some people get worried.
No, not really. Yeah, it's if your gear's all right, and there's all if your gear's all right. Sometimes if you're on rendered stuff. I remember doing a gig in Italy about 5 years ago, and. The promoter, like, oh yes, we have all the equipment on the stage, it's fantastic. Like, all right, you're great. So go up and check the gear out, and this drum kit had like been in the sun for years. It was like silver, like a chrome sort of wrap on this drum kit. It was an old Pearl Export which has been beaten to death. All the skins were wrecked, like the worst I've ever seen. And I said to the guy, like, this was in the afternoon, any chance you can get some new skins on this? No, it is, that is the kit. Well, can we get some new skins? Because this is awful. This like that, it just goes boom. Anyway, I thought, well, this must be. I don't know what I was thinking really. Would this be a kit for the rest of the bands? Is there another drum kit? Well, no, that was it. Just this kit. No spare skins. No nothing. So you have to sort of make things work. The drum riser's this big and the drum kit's that big. So you've got to like gaffer tape everything, and all the cymbals are like this, and so sometimes you've just got to make it work. It's not the easiest thing. You just got to make it work, because I play on a lot of different kits. Some people find it uncomfortable, without their own snare or things. I've got used to just getting on a kit and just try and make it work as best you can, even though it's not the sound that you're used to. Unfortunately, you can't fly your own drum kit here, there and everywhere because it's so expensive. I just take my pair of pedals and a bag of sticks.
I remember having an experience when I was in Greece, quick story, because I'm not sure again, but I went to Greece with Blitzkrieg and I thought, I'll get a set of strings when I'm there, because we're playing at Athens. I thought Athens is a big city, they'll have a music shop for 5. I can easily get a set of strings for my 5-string bass in Athens. Went to a shop in Greece that had a set of 5-string bass strings. This was back in the mid-90s, but I thought the world had got over itself. But Greece discovered a 5-string bass, couldn't get a low beat anywhere. Oh, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, it's mental that.
Lesson learned.
It is, isn't it?
What we take for granted in other countries, so you've got to have your little on the road.
To make sure you've got your stuff together, yeah, definitely. Where were we? Somewhere in Chile. Yeah, certain places you can go, there's absolutely nothing like that, no spares, no nothing, so you've got to make sure you've got it.
Chile, South America.
Yeah, Chile and South America, you wouldn't think, I don't know what to think, but there was like a little Eldon Square just full of music shops. It was like a drum shop there, guitar shop, bass shop, keyboard shop, another music shop that sold everything. Like, wow, this is mental, but never seen anything like that before. No.
It depends on which South American country, because they vary from third world to completely on it, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some places.
Yeah.
Like Sao Paulo, done a few gigs in places like that in Brazil, and after the gig, not flying in until the next day, so we'd be like, oh, should we go out for a few drinks? Yeah. All met back at the hotel and thought, oh, we'll get a cab to the nearest little town to go and get some drinks. And said to the bloke on reception, can we get a cab? He went, don't get any of them cabs outside. You've got to use this like Uber phone number. I'm like, okay, why? So if you're getting any of them, you might not be ever seen again. Like,
South America's
when you think you've been to a rough place, you haven't until you've been to places like that.
Yeah, South America's a bit ropey in places.
Yeah, but it's fantastic. It is. It's to be able to go to places like that.
Experience.
Yeah, it's a great experience. Yeah. I mean, you did a load of different countries when you did the.
Oh yeah, when I played in the cruisy shippies, yeah, I've seen all the Caribbean islands. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Rio Carnival time. Woo.
Yeah, I've been to Rio a few times, but never for Carnival.
That was amazing, that, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
What a trip. Really good looking people.
It's
Brazilians are really good looking. Both blokes and women are really good looking.
It's
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Any questions?
Maybe like a little off the topic, but as musicians, both of you sort of kind of travel the world and played and all that sort of thing. What's consistencies like you've seen among acts who have made it, original acts that have made it, and acts that haven't? What are consistent things that you would suggest that musicians we do?
I don't think there's any consistency. Because they can be multi-million pound best-selling album of the year, brilliant bands, and they're shockingly shit. It doesn't pan out. Sorry, you can answer the second, Danny, but my experience is Danny and myself are hard-working musicians that have kind of worked their way and earned their way to get to where we are. Danny's done very well for himself. I've done it here and there. It's been a tough slog. We've worked our asses.
Yeah.
Other guys get a record deal and they're shit. So there's no thing.
Yeah, I've been like like I say, growing up in bands in pub bands, club bands and stuff, and then I'd had like little breaks, but like hired in, if you like. I was Tony Martin's drummer. I wasn't like, we didn't form a band from the start and gain success and, you know, we got a deal, and I've never been in that situation. I've been like kind of brought in where they've already, you know, done the legwork and had other members of the band. So, and I've you know, felt welcome as a band member and been part of something, but never started it from the you know, beginning. But some of the bands who I see, the older name bands, some of them you can kind of, you know, they've been going around for years and years, so you know what to expect. Some of them don't sound like they used to, and some of them do. You know, some of them have kept up the playing. It's a lot with the style of stuff with like rock and heavy metal and stuff. Certainly the rock, it's the singers who, what they were singing when they were 18, 20, 30, like, yeah, you know, it was really high. You know, trying to do that now when they're in the 50s, it's you know, there's only a couple of people that can carry that off, you know. So
That's why I got 5-string bass, go down the octave for a bit.
Yeah. But the players, you know, as long as they've kept the self in trim playing wise and stuff. But yeah, it's certainly a lot of the singers where you've been a bit like, I think I remember this tune, but you know, the singing's not, you know, not like it was. But yeah, it is. It's only like, you know, a few people for me in that style of music that I used to listen to and still do today, that sort of 70s, 80s rock. Yeah, but it's basically singers that, you know.
Should we play a little more?
Yeah.
Any questions after that, and we'll be cool. Was that cool?
Well, there was another question, wasn't there?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you think playing in bands helped you develop your playing style?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Different player since you started playing with me. It used to be really good, you know.
That was great years ago. Yeah, it's definitely, that is one of the main things I would suggest. To play with others is great. When you're playing with people who are at a really good level and a great level, like, it brings you up. You know, you try more. And if you play with people who, you know, it's just an experience. You get experience from everybody. You know, definitely play with as many people as you possibly can.
So the actors to the bishop.
Let's do something in a D for death. Is this gone off, Lewis, for some reason?
It has been out, just mute it while you play.
Oh, very well. No, I got a shock off it earlier before.
Do Lydian?
D Lydian. Lydian dominant.
Yes!
I knew there'd be certain people. Lydian dominant. This is gonna sound.
You can go with whatever you want, dude. You don't go.
Thank